Portland region is recognized as one of the most livable cities in the country, thanks to our strong commitment to integrating land use and transportation. More people bike in Portland per capita than any other city our size. Walking and transit are critical to our region's success. The region also strives to support and balance the needs of industry so it too can thrive while we continue to diminish our impact on the climate. The region is not without its challenges. During the next 25 years, our population is expected to double. The steps we take today will determine our success for future generations. The Southeast Corridor project is critical to our region's future. It will leverage investments in a new streetcar line, a new light rail line, bikeways and sidewalks to better connect communities along this corridor. Through strategic bike and pedestrian investments and the relocation of a key freight roadway, we will take a critical step forward toward unlocking the potential of the corridor and building more livable communities for the next 100 years. The Central East Side Industrial District has a long history as the home of industries and freight operators important to Portland's regional economy. 17,000 jobs located in the district are essential for our city, region, and state. Water Avenue is a critical connection for local access to the Central East Side Industrial District, an industrial sanctuary which is home to hundreds of local and national businesses. The district is also home to several key regional educational and cultural institutions, including the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, Portland Opera's rehearsal and administrative space, and Portland Community College's Workforce Training Center.
We have over 1,100 businesses, more than 17,000 employees in the area.
With the addition of streetcar and light rail, the district will see more pedestrians and cyclists. Relocating Water Avenue separates freight from streetcar and light rail riders accessing transit. It reduces congestion and greatly enhances bike and pedestrian opportunities, reducing carbon emissions. It improves safety by minimizing conflicts with industrial freight movement around OMSI and the Portland Opera, where more vulnerable users like children, families, and seniors are common. The relocation of Water Avenue also is critical to future development in the area by unlocking parcels that will help OMSI and the Portland Opera expand.
OMSI is in the midst of planning a master plan for development of what will be a landmark district for the city. Our development and our neighbor, the Opera, really depends on a relocation of Water Avenue because currently it bisects the site and doesn't allow us to take full advantage of the transportation that is currently planned for the district.
We want to develop both parcels together, and realigning Water Avenue to the east will allow us to do that.
The Oregon Pacific Railroad is a short-line railroad. It supports Ross Island Sand and Gravel, one of the region's busiest suppliers of construction materials. The Oregon Pacific Railroad tracks in the yard are on the site where a widened Water Avenue will be relocated. Moving the tracks east and the yard north allows the avenue to be properly relocated with adequate right-of-way for freight, bike lanes, sidewalks, and stormwater treatments. It also provides a larger railroad yard further north. The new yard will provide space for Oregon Rail Heritage Foundation's 4 historic steam engines, currently housed at the crowded Brooklyn Yard. Relocation of the steam engines also brings them into this district's family of cultural attractions, providing access for the million-plus annual visitors. More people bike in Portland per capita than any other city our size. Our blocks are half the size of typical city blocks, contributing to a high level of pedestrian activity and to the livability of our communities.
This is an area of our city where there's residential and industrial colliding, and we're all trying to get to different places here. And at the same time, it's becoming more and more popular with families who like to cycle. And when you have 2,500 or more cyclists coming through here a day, it's so important to have a safe route.
With the new Willamette River Bridge, a 4th major connection will take cyclists and pedestrians to South Waterfront and downtown Portland.
You have to cross a busy street, turn, cross another busy street, and then cross railroad tracks. And then look out for industrial traffic throughout the Central East Side. So having a way that is clear and dedicated for pedestrians and cyclists who want to get down to one of the most lovely parts of our city, the river, is so important, and it should be a priority for this whole project.
Beyond this point, the route through the industrial district doesn't feel safe. I can remember several years ago realizing as I was driving to the river to walk my dog that this was nuts to drive to take a walk.
Crossing the Union Pacific Railroad tracks in southeast Portland can be a challenge, particularly at the massive Brooklyn Rail Yard. But one sanctioned crossing, the Rhine Street pedestrian bridge, barely provides a better choice. The antiquated structure was originally built in the 1940s and has had patchwork repairs applied to it ever since. Posts are cracked, railings don't provide adequate barriers for small children, and wooden stairs and decks are slippery during rainy weather. This decrepit crossing does not provide a safe choice for crossing the tracks.
There really isn't any connection, and we're separated basically. Our neighborhood is cut in half. They're all residences, mostly over there, and mostly light industrial and businesses, large businesses like Fred Meyer and Bullseye Glass that employ a lot of people. Brooklyn neighborhood is really a walking neighborhood. If we can build or have built a new structure, it would be just like opening up one side of the neighborhood to the other. We've never had that.
Kellogg Lake is an important recreational resource for the city of Milwaukee and Clackamas County. Currently, cyclists or pedestrians must make a half-mile, 10-minute detour to get around the lake.
Well, this train back here, trains do occasionally come through, but it's also used a lot by young people or anyone who wants to find the fastest way to downtown. It's not safe and it's not legal, but it is a way that is commonly used right now by some. When you imagine the light rail station, if you want Island Station to be able to access it, we're going to need a safe way to get there. We're right here next to downtown, if only we could get there.
This bridge would carry bikes and pedestrians to downtown Milwaukee's retail core, providing a safer route and reducing travel time. It would connect to Kronberg Park and the 6-mile trolley trail currently under development. The path will also accommodate people in mobility devices. This path is critical for the safety of our youth and the livability of our communities. The City of Milwaukee is investing in revitalizing its downtown, supporting new housing development and commercial space. Improving bike and pedestrian connections to the surrounding neighborhoods is critical to the success of this downtown revitalization. The Southeast Corridor Project. It's critical to leveraging millions of dollars worth of transit, bike, and pedestrian investments to connect these growing residential and employment communities for the long-term livability of our region.